Let's go.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It is me, the Ninja Reviewer here, and welcome to my review of Fairy Tail, episode 258 review. This week's episode of Fairy Tail, yo, IGNEEL is like boss status, man. Like, oh my god. All right, now here's the thing at the beginning though that takes points off this episode. First of all, the recap to the episode. My god, they took over like 5, 6, 7 goddamn minutes. I mean, dude, this is longer than the One Piece episodes nowadays. Like, actually, correction, it's almost on point on the same level of One Piece episodes. And look, I can understand, you know, by now we're like maybe 60 to 50 chapters behind. So it makes sense to slow things down a little bit for the episode. Because as we all know, this arc is closely about to end very, very soon. That's quite obvious that it is. So that's why they're taking a few steps back and having this so that way they can plan it out where they can end it right within the year instead of rushing it all straight through with canon material, because then after that they wouldn't know what to do by the end of December. They want to start fresh in January 2016 for, like, I guess a filler arc or whatever the hell they're gonna do. Regardless though, so with this episode we find out that ACONOLOGIA is scared of End. That when End is activated or when End is drawing near, he is shaken up, and he is the king of dragons, and he's literally shitting his pants right now because something in there is actually scaring him. And IGNEEL going in for the kill on fucking ACONOLOGIA. Yo, my dude, yo, IGNEEL, yo, goes in there for the kill. He's like, yeah, let's do this shit. He goes in and he's fighting ACONOLOGIA, and that shit is fucking awesome, man. The animation for this episode was a huge improvement over the last episode. So yeah, regardless of that, NATSU isn't buying any of that shit of, you know, it's like, oh, well, he's like, well, I want to know the answers now. Today, motherfucker. I want to know what is going on right now. Why have you appeared out of nowhere, out of my body? I want to know the answers to this entire time. And it's like, IGNEEL's like, look, stop doing this, you little brat. Let me finish this with ACONOLOGIA. You will find out the answers once you cleared your purpose. And it's like, wait a minute, so it seems like you joined one of those magic guilds. And Natsu's like, yeah. So in return, how about you do me this favor as your own father, as a leader of a guild, as you would say. You see that book, the Book of End. Go over there and snatch that book from him, but you gotta defeat MARD first. You gotta weaken him first to take the book. And then Natsu's like, alright, fine. So that's where things go. It's like, okay, if you beat MARD and take the Book of End away from him, then I personally will tell you all in detail what's going on. So it's like, is that all I gotta do? Is that simple? Like, alright. So Natsu goes in, and the animation between Natsu and MARD was freaking awesome. Like, oh my god, Natsu going Super Saiyan Fire on fucking MARD releasing his one of the deadly curse attacks, which is like one of those deadly vine things that he summons. That show's pretty cool. We're seeing Natsu dodging it. You know, we're seeing like the clash between the two. Yo, straight up, very awesome stuff that I see from them. And apparently, to get the face activation is about to start again. So what he's gonna do is she's going to steal whatever power remains of Celia and the councilman or whatever, and she's gonna go into this ultimate form, which she does go at the very end of the episode. And MARD is gonna give that ability. Not only that, but the face activation time has started up again from all those thousands of faces. So now it looks like once that happens, and then even in the next episode it says 0000, meaning the time face on is going to start. Well, obviously we saw it also in the opening where it had the whole face on thing and it said 00000 minutes and seconds. So we do know that something terrible is going to happen once face, well, because we already know from what we've heard that when that happens, all magic in the entire world is going to be gone, finito, erased, abadadachi, from existence. There's no more magic whatsoever. So that is a bad thing. But regardless, though, this was a really great episode. My only complaint about this episode, though, was the massive amount of recaps was just too ridiculous. The opening was only a minute and something long, which, by the way, I'm never going to skip because I really love that opening a lot. So I'm not going to skip it. Just like the One Punch Man opening, I'm not going to skip because that opening is too god tier. Even though this opening was pretty damn, it was a really great, this opening was one of the best Fairy Tail openings, I can't deny it. Definitely on the top tier, greatness status, epic sauce status. But, you know, when it comes to Saitama, I'm just saying that's more on that god tier level, if you know what I mean. But regardless, though, so besides that, the only reason I'm giving a little nitpick, or at least some points down, episode gets points down because of the massive recap that we had during this whole episode, which again was way too redundant. It was ridiculous, and we only got half stuff done. Like, we do know we had IGNEEL giving Natsu the mission, trying to steal the Book of End, and then MARD Gears having a plan after their little battle squabble. They're saying, like, okay, you know what, I'm going to give you this ultimate mode, or this curse mode, or whatever, and what happens is if you go all out and steal Celia's power and combine it, blah blah blah, use that mode to stop ERZA if necessary. Like, so then she will give her another fighting chance in order to redeem herself and actually destroy and kill off ERZA before her face is even activated. So now the only way to get past Axis that is to actually defeat her. So now we have another battle between ERZA versus KYOKOYA next week. And the hype for that is going to be pretty good, but if you're a manga reader like me, it is a little bit controversial the way it ends, which may or may not piss you off as fans of ERZA, like myself. But regardless, though, this episode was really great. I loved it. Definitely a huge improvement over, I guess it's, well, granted, even though I get that episode like a really awesome sauce rating, this was just a pretty great episode, regardless. So a 4.5 out of 5, a little bit points down due to the massive long recap that we had. I mean, I can understand One Piece, because One Piece, again, I'm used to it when it comes to One Piece nowadays, so I mean, that's acceptable. Like, oh shit, drop my mouse. So that's acceptable, like, that's okay. It's just when it comes to a series like this, a Fairy Tail, when it's like a new kind of damn it, no, I dropped my battery. A new kind of series like Fairy Tail, it's just, I'm not really used to the fact of, like, when it comes to this kind of anime nowadays, I don't really find myself a fan of recaps. Like I just don't. I don't find them, like, at all when it comes to that. Like, I just want to get the canon material out of the way. Like can we get to that, please? That's really what I really care about. But oh my god, I can't get this fucking thing. Hold on one sec. Okay. Regardless, though, this episode was a great plus episode. 4.5 out of 5 once again. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below of this week's episode of Fairy Tail. Are you guys hyped for next week? Especially with the title alone, or if you're manga readers like me, you kind of know what to somewhat expect. So yeah, so regardless of that, 4.5 out of 5, great plus episode. I'll see you guys next week for episode 259. This is the Ninja Reviewer, over now, to the bounce, peace out. Anime manga fans, keep supporting what you read and what you watch, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out, guys.